Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we continue to follow some breaking news as Beryl has grown into a dangerous Category 4 hurricane. It was a Category 3 just earlier this morning and really rapidly intensifying. I do want to get to Michael Brennan, who is the director with the National Hurricane Center, for the very latest. Michael, what can you share with us?
Yeah, we've got a very dangerous situation that's going to unfold in the next 24 hours or so for portions of the Windward Islands, with a extremely dangerous Category 4 Hurricane Beryl moving quickly toward the west, towards places like St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada. Impacts we're going to see all the way from Tobago to Barbados to St. Lucia, potentially catastrophic wind damage where the eye wall moves across portions of those islands. You could see roofs taken off homes, trees knocked down, damage, significant damage to destruction of infrastructure. Also the potential for a life-threatening storm surge of 6 to 9 feet above normal tide levels with destructive wave action on top. So it's a very dangerous situation unfolding for those islands, and they have the rest of the day today and this evening to get ready and need to be in their safe place by tonight.
When we're talking about the track, obviously it's churning out in that area, impacting the Windward Islands, as you can share with us. But for folks in the United States, are there any concerns of the hurricane making landfall or having any sort of impact?
It's too soon to tell for the mainland United States. It is going to stay well south of Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. We might see some enhanced rainfall there, but you can see through the week, it's going to be a powerful hurricane moving west-northwestward across the Caribbean Sea, near or over places like Hispaniola, Jamaica, over in the vicinity of the Yucatan Peninsula or Cuba, or maybe into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico by the end of the work week. Beyond that time, we'll just have to see how the steering currents evolve and how the system evolves, if there could potentially be any threat to portions of the western Gulf Coast, whether that's Mexico or Texas or elsewhere. But just a reminder for everybody in hurricane-prone areas that you need to pay attention. We're in the middle of what's going to be a very busy hurricane season. You need to have that hurricane plan in place now in case you have to put it into action.
And let's talk about the hurricane season itself, because the fact that Beryl has grown into a Cat 4 hurricane, the location as well as the timing, highly unusual for this time of year. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, this is the strongest hurricane we've ever seen in the Atlantic basin in June, and it's unprecedented to have a hurricane even form this far east in the basin during this time of year. We've had record warm ocean temperatures across much of the Atlantic, and what that has allowed us to do is open the window for development out here into the main development region over the tropical Atlantic that typically doesn't happen until you get to August or September, the sort of traditional peak of the hurricane season. But now we have conditions that are favorable for development all the way out here in late June, and that could continue through the rest of the season. But it's just a reminder that we are expecting a very busy season, but it only takes one hurricane or storm affecting your area to make it busy. So everybody in the United States needs to pay attention, not just to systems that form out here over the tropical Atlantic, but the potential for systems to form much closer to home in the Gulf of Mexico or in the Caribbean Sea or near the Bahamas. Those can be some of the strongest storms that can develop, rapidly strengthen, and hit land within just a few days. So it's another reason you need to have that preparedness plan in place. You can put it into action very quickly.
And one more question before we let you go. We have seen Beryl quickly grow from a tropical storm to a Cat 3 to a Cat 4. Do you expect it to intensify even further, possibly growing to a Cat 5 hurricane?
Well, we are expecting some additional strengthening. There can be some fluctuations in intensity with storms when they get this strong. But, we have the Hurricane Hunter aircraft in there. We'll hopefully keep them in there continuously now as Beryl moves into the Caribbean Sea. So we'll have a good handle on just how strong it's going to be over the next several days.
All right, Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, and know that you're very busy there at the National Hurricane Center. So we appreciate it.
Thanks.